Hi everyone, Jamie here, thanks for watching today. So this video is following on from my wedding card make, where I make an additional card from the scraps or offcuts from that particular card. So I'll just talk you through the products I'll be using, very similar to before. I'm bringing in the Card Making Magic Simply Dots embossing folder, as well as paper ink stamp Ultimate Big Words. And then these products I've used before, so the DL nesting dies, the DL background diamond die set, the flower forming rose die set, and the circular box and card builder. I'll link all the products in the description box below because I did go through those a bit fast, but if you've been following the sort of mini series, then you would have seen all these products before. So I've cut a white DL card base. This is my panel. So in the wedding card, I cut 2 of these to create a larger card, and then the inner diamonds I used to create an additional panel. So what I tried first of all was running it through my die cutting machine to flatten it out to see if it gave that embossing look. It flattened it a little bit, but what happened, even though I covered it with some copy paper, it had some marks from my plates, so I don't know whether I had my sandwich right or it was too much pressure, so it left a bit of an imprint on the panel. So I thought I'd run it through the embossing folder. So we've got these 2 different styles of texture going on. So you've got the diamond offcuts and then the polka dots then from the embossing folder. So I think that looks really cool. I've come up with 2 options. So I've cut the panel again in blue, so I could attach that there, and then we've got the polka dot pattern behind it, but I feel like you're losing the shape when you do that. So I've just cut a blue frame there, and I think I'm going to use that one. But 2 different options there. Equally, I can use this again for a different card base, so it won't go to waste. So I'm going to attach my frame and my panel to my card base. So for all of the cards I'm using very similar products, but creating really different looks, I think. So with the wedding card, I kept it quite simple, white and silver, with a hint of pink and sage. The previous card I made was with purple cardstock. I had purple and white flowers. I think that looked really lovely too. And then this one I'm going for blue and white, and then I'm using the same offcut leaves. So I'll be bringing in the sage again, white and vellum. So I'm keeping my panel flat on this one, because again it's going to have lots of dimension with the flowers and leaves. So I've cut my circle panels in the blue and the white, and I'm going to slightly offset them like so. I may have it sort of in this orientation with the flowers at the top. Not too sure yet. These are the flowers that I've prepped, and to ink the centre of them I use a speckled egg, which I think looks matches really well with the cardstock. So before I attach this, I want to add some ink splatters. So I'm going to add the speckled egg again, so it brings in that colour from the flowers, and also an additional colour. So I've got this morning mist, so I'm going to stamp my sentiment in that and also add some ink splatters there. So there's my panel. It's very subtle, some ink splatters there. My plan with the grey ink didn't work out as I hoped. Perhaps it was because it was a pigment ink, but I'm happy with just the blue there, so I'm going to continue that using speckled egg on my stamp. So because I am using Distress Oxide, I'm going to have to stamp it off quite a few times to get a good impression, I would imagine. So I would suggest using a stamping platform for that. It means you can re-ink and place down in the same spot as before. So I've cut my stamp up so I can get more use out of it. I'm going to just line that up towards the right hand side. So as you can see, I had to stamp that several times to get a really good impression, but it just marries up with the colours that I'm already using in the card there. So I'm going to set that to one side, let that dry, because it's going to be wet for quite some time. So mindful that my panel might still be wet from inking, I'm going to be very careful with it because I am accident prone. I'm just going to offset these like I said, like so, and attach this to my card. Place that more down to the bottom right hand corner, and I've used some liquid glue to attach that. Now I'm going to start to arrange my flowers. So I think I'm going to do it sort of in that orientation and then add all the leaves behind it. So I'm just going to pop you on high speed now while I do that. So there's all the leaves and flowers attached. I think it looks really pretty. It's very similar to the previous card that I made, but a few slight changes and you get a different look. So I'm just going to finish off with some Nouveau drops. These are the crystal drops, and this is in Duck Egg Blue. So there we go. I don't want to move it around too much. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video and it's given you some inspiration on how to use your offcuts or your extra pieces so that we have less waste and we use more. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, leave a comment or consider subscribing to the channel. Once again, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!